This is the plaintiff, Simeon Clyde Harris Jr. He says he purchased a car from the defendant, and they entered into a monthly payment agreement. The crazy defendant started demanding accelerated payments, ended up coming to his house and stealing the car and the property that was in it from him. And he's here suing this eccentric woman for every penny of the $5,000 he's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Sandra Demore. She says the first check the plaintiff gave her for the car bounced, and she was charged a bounce fee from her bank. The problems with the plaintiff continued from there, so she took the car back. After all, it was still in her name on the title, and she had every right to take it back for non-payment. Bottom line, no payment, no car. She's accused of changing a deal.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from the defendant, and she started changing the terms of the deal, demanding accelerated payments, and eventually she stole the car back. Now, she says his check bounced, so all bets were off. It's the case of Help Me, Honda.
Thank you, Douglas. Simeon Clyde Harris Jr., you are suing Sandra Demore for $5,000, the statutory maximum in your state, my state. Tell me what's going on.
Back in June of 22nd of 16, I had met the defendant at a show that I was at. I play music, and the subject had came up that she was looking to sell the vehicle. And at that time, I was looking to buy a vehicle. So the short end of it, we started talking.
What kind of car is this?
It is a 2012 Chrysler 200.
Convertible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We started talking. Over a period of a past couple of days at that point, we decided to make a deal on the car.
What was the deal?
She asked me to draw up a contract on the details. So I drew up a contract. It was very, very, plain, simple, to the point.
May I see the contract? Okay, so the sale of the vehicle was for $8,800, and then you financed it at a rate of 5% for a total of $880 for 2 years. So the total sale of the vehicle, $9,680, correct? Well, all you had to do was put down $500, and you'd have a convertible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then make monthly payments of how much?
They were $250 a month.
Okay. And all you had to do is pay that $250 on time every month.
Correct.
Right. Did you?
There was some late payments, but nonetheless they weren't
May I
late.
see? Do you have the proof of when you paid each of the payments?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were any of them on time?
Like one, they ranged from being a day late.
Two.
I believe maybe 15 days.
No, the last one was a month late, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were late a lot, and that was getting her angry, and you knew that was getting her angry. And you felt that she was going to your house and trying to take the car from you, right? But she was denying it.
Yes, ma'am. She kept going, showing up at my residence, like all hours of the night sometimes.
But according to you, she would deny it when you'd call her?
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you deny it?
I didn't deny it. I went there 3 times to get my car.
Okay.
And each time it was a big drama, chaos, the cops. And he frightened me so much that...
That you kept going back because you went there 3 times. It couldn't have frightened you that much.
Well, the last time I ran away because he scared me so bad.
Well,
I brought the cops there.
you were trying to repossess a guy's vehicle,
Right, so
maybe
that's
you hire somebody to do that.
Then I did hire somebody.
Yeah, that's what you do. All right, now let me, what were you doing, going in the middle of the night to his property?
Yes.
How were you not, and you're from Florida?
Yes.
What if he shot you thinking you were a burglar? I mean, this is a bad idea.
Right, it was
particularly in a
stand
stand your ground state, but in any state.
I thought he would be asleep and I could just sneak the car away.
Okay, when did you become Annie Oakley? When did you become, what have you, that's kind of brazen.
Well, I would call him and tell him that I want my car back because you're not paying it. And I can't take the stress of this every month.
Right, every month having to chase him. That wasn't part of the deal.
And every day.
How often was he late?
Out of 12 months, he was late 8.
Okay.
I have the evidence on how many days he was late each month.
Let me see that. Here's what I'm not getting. When you bought the car, and then did you register it in your name?
Yes, ma'am. The day, when we made the deal, what we did was we went down to a tag agency, the local tag agency.
Together?
Together.
And transferred the title to your name?
Yes, ma'am. She
And
put the
placed
title-
you as a lien holder?
Right.
Right. That's the right way to do it.
Which I have here.
Right. But then at some point, you switched the title to your name. You got a title in your name.
Yeah, I went back to there because I told
In
him.
March, you did that.
I went back and I called him and told him I was repossessing the car. Either he paid me in full or I was repossessing it. And he said it was a joke and all that, you can't do that. So I went to the motor vehicles and I said, I want the title back in my name.
Yeah,
the
but-
registration and the insurance and the tag all stayed in his name.
Right, but you can't just say, I'd like this car placed in my name at the title agency. That's not how it works. You have to hand them a signed title that purports to have his signature on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really? I'm pretty sure you handed a title change that purported to have his signature on it. Because there is no other way to do this. You had to have forged his signature.
I had the original title with the lien on it.
Right, oh yeah.
And I took that to the motor vehicles, and I said I would like to put the car back in my name and take the lien off of it.
That's not how it works. You have to go to court and sue for the lien. There's no way they did that.
Well, I have.
No, see, the only way they could have done that is if you forged his signature and said, I repossessed the car, here, put the title back in my name.
So if somebody doesn't pay you for the car they bought from you, do you have a right to repo the car?
I mean, probably not. You would have to email them first and then tell them that.
Okay, well, fine. If you email them, then do you have a right to repo the car?
No, not factually.
Why?
Bad weather, bad terminology, but too much humanoids on the actual property rights.
Wow, that's interesting. Gonna go inside the courtroom.
So at some point, you hire a company and they successfully repossess the car, correct?
In June 30th, I hired a company to go and get my car back
And then they brought the car where?
to their pound.
Okay, you try to get, according to you, you had stuff in it.
Yes, ma'am.
And you text her, I have stuff in it. Do you ever tell her, I have my computer, I need it for work, I need it for, do you ever say in your text, I have a
Yes.
computer there?
Yes,
Show me
ma'am.
the text where you say that. Also, when the contract you told him to draw up doesn't say anything about you having a right of repossession. That's something that has to be in the contract. Otherwise, your right is to go to court and ask for a judgment against him for the full amount right now. You don't get to self-help like this.
Well-
But if you want to have a repossession clause, then you have to put it in there. It's not in your contract.
I did-
So then
no.
you repossess it, and then I see him texting you, I want to get my stuff, I want to get my stuff.
Right.
Right.
The
So
thing was-
where, did you find any texts that actually say, I want to get my computer?
You know what, Your Honor? No, I apologize. I don't. The only thing I mention is my personal things.
Yeah, that's all you say.
Yeah,
Because I
I-
would think that if you had jewelry to the tune of how much are you suing for? Jewelry to the tune of $350 and a Vizio laptop to the tune of $300, that those words might actually come out of your mouth when you're texting, as opposed to my stuff.
Your Honor.
Now, what was in the car?
I have pictures of what was in
Who
the
took
car.
the pictures?
I did. When I got the car out of pound, the guy that towed the car, he was
Do you
right-
know the guy who towed the car? Is he a friend? or-
No.
Okay, let me see the pictures.
The other thing, I have texts that says that he left his guitar, amp, and other accessories in there. He's not suing me for any of that.
What
So-
happened with telling her you left your guitar, your amp?
I figured if she knew the severity of it, that.
But that's a lie. That's not knowing the severity. You figured if you
True.
if you lied about how important it was, that she would what?
I figured she would at least meet up with me, give me my things, and
And then your answer, because you're supposed to, even if you had a right to repossess, you're absolutely supposed to give him a chance to get his personal items out of the car. So what are we going to do now? You ended up getting the car. This, according to you, are the pictures of what's inside, which is a Yingling Lager pail. What is this blue thing? A lunchbox?
It's a lunchbox. It was all trashed.
Well, okay. Where is
these
all this
things-
stuff? Did you bring it today?
All that's trash, no, I didn't bring any
threw
of
it
that.
out?
But this here, I have in a text that the company that makes these or whatever he was working for, that they were going to sue me too for these.
Okay,
And
so let's see those.
They said they're worth like 5 cents. That's what I was told.
When you
Before I
texted
even-
about suing, the company was going to sue.
I told her there's actually a lot more than that in there.
There was 7 more.
There's.
Where are
other-
the rest of them?
I left them at home because I couldn't carry all of it.
You couldn't carry 4
7.
more of these?
No,
It
7
wasn't
more.
just those.
Just a
Your
minute.
Honor.
I'm sorry?
7 more. And
Yeah,
I
you
was,
couldn't carry 7 more of these?
Well, I have a breathing problem and I
Okay.
can't carry
I
things.
know, and I know I saw in the text how you told him.
I have-
You told him, and yet the judge is not going to appreciate that you took advantage of a 70-year-old woman. First of all, you look great for 70. And second of all, please don't play that card because you're repossessing stuff in the middle of the night. You are the most fierce 70-year-old, so don't play the victim. I can't stand that, and there's no reason to play the victim. I couldn't carry 7 more of these. Come on.
Well,
you
I
know,
had-
are you kidding me? Stop.
I have less
What? No, I want you to answer exactly what I'm asking, with no
Okay.
whining allowed. Besides the 7 more of these, what else do you have that was in the car?
That
The
was-
lunchbox, or did you throw that out?
I threw all that out. 'cause it
Okay,
was
so do
all
you have
garbage.
anything else besides the other 7? I can carry 3, but I can't carry 7 more. Okay, anything else?
No.
Because they all fit in the coach purse you're carrying. Okay, all right. Now, what happened to the car?
My brother came down from Tennessee and took it up there because I was so
Did
afraid.
he sell it?
No, I still have it. And if he wants it
Who
back.
has the car right now?
My
Your brother in
brother
Tennessee?
In Tennessee, and it has. I went and got tags and insurance on it.
In Tennessee?
No, in Florida, and then he came down to Florida because I was afraid because he had said that I would never see this car again and threatened me
So
18
you had your-
times.
So you had your brother come down and drive the car to Tennessee so
Yeah.
he wouldn't be able to get it back.
On these here, he threatened me 18 times that I was going to jail and all kinds of bad stuff.
Oh, I know. I read the text. He
Right.
said, you don't
And the
have a right to
thing-
take the car away. You don't have a right to hold my stuff hostage. You're going to go to jail. This is a felony. Yeah, yeah.
And he called the cops 3 times on me, and the cops couldn't do
Yeah,
anything.
because the cops are like, the title's in her name, dude.
Right.
And you're like, what? The
I'm
title's in her
surprised.
name? How did that happen?
And the thing.
There's only one way that can happen.
And the thing was, he knew my nerves were bad because I lost 2 of my grown children.
Okay, I'm very sorry that you lost 2 of your grown children, but
and
let me
he
make
knows-
some recommendation. If you suffer from anxiety or bad nerves, probably you should not be repossessing cars in the middle of the night from a big guy.
I know.
That is not a good position for
I
you to be.
didn't make the right decisions
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm so
All right, stop talking,
vulnerable.
please. Stop, please stop.
Ma'am.
Can you use these? What are these about? Or that was just, you didn't really care?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor.
All right, no, I don't want you to say another word. All right, so here's what we've got. We've got you breaching a contract in terms of your late payments. I mean, you think it's okay, but it's not okay to constantly every month be late. We've got her doing something the contract did not, in my estimation, give her a right to do, which is to repossess the vehicle in self-help. She's in the position of anybody else who has a contract and a breach. She has to go to court and get help. We also have you going to a tag agency and forging his signature so that you can get the title back in your name, which is outrageous. But I've got you using a car for a year. You can't possibly think that you're going to get free use of a car for a year and that it's not going to cost you something, that you're not only going to get the money you paid back, more money on top of it, and then, hey, I had a bunch of stuff in there. You can't possibly think that that's fair. It's not. All right, what is fair? Douglas, what time is it?
I'm feeling a little rough justice, Your Honor.
You feeling it?
I feel it.
Are you feeling the rough justice? Because
Right
I'm
in
feeling it pouring out right now. Let's do a little math. All right. I am going to order the defendant to return to the plaintiff the amount of $1,500. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wow.
Well, the plaintiff is going to get $1,500, not $5,000. Mr. Moore, the defendant. Listen, I really would. Did you forge that
No, I
signature?
did not. I went to, not the motor vehicles.
You flat out denied that you saw.
I
You
did
know
not.
Judge Marion was a judge in the state of Florida for many
Okay,
years before
okay.
coming to the People's Court. She
No,
knows the law.
I don't recall, okay?
You don't recall what?
I lost 2 of my children, and my
I
memory
know, she's very
is-
sorry about
My
that.
memory is not good. I can't remember. things. I really don't.
You just don't
And
remember whether you forged?
I don't remember ever signing his name. I would never do that.
Well,
But I didn't
she's
go.
convinced you did. Okay.
I went
Sorry
to a
about that.
tagging.
Ma'am, I'm
but-
sorry.
Okay.
Case is over.
Right.
You lost.
Thank you.
Okay? Very good. Now, here comes the plaintiff. This is a wild case. Wild case. Interesting. Okay. You all right now?
I'm okay.
All right? You know, you lost the stuff. You claimed the computer and everything.
Yes.
The judge doesn't believe that was in the car.
Yeah,
You know,
All right.
interesting. All right, you get $1,500.
Yes,
Good enough?
I'm okay with that.
Good
Yes,
enough.
yes.
You're going to have to be.
Absolutely,
That's the judge's
yes.
decision. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, if you want the ability to repossess, you have to put that in the contract before you sell it.